The 1989 film Major League, I find this quite enjoyable. I've only seen it twice as of this recording, but this is quite a nice underdog story with some interesting characters as well. Now, I'll say this is a funny and entertaining sports comedy. There is so much that I like about it: the acting, the character development, the music, and the story, which is about the Cleveland Indians. They've been losing for over 3 decades. So when the new owner named Rachel puts together a crew of has-beens and experienced new guys, she is hoping that they finish in very last place and their home attendance drops. Then she can move them to Miami. But when they find out what her plan is, then they start winning just to spite her. Man, this is definitely a cult classic. There are so many great moments within it. Not only do you care about the characters, you want them to succeed. Personally, I would like to see them win the World Series, but if that was the case, then this movie probably would have been over 2.5 hours long. Thankfully, this being an hour and 46 minutes is a good runtime because it doesn't feel like it's overstaying its welcome. And even though it doesn't have one of the best stories in a baseball movie, it is still enjoyable nonetheless. Yeah, sure, in the beginning, these players, they do suck. The town talks about them pretty badly. There's barely anybody attending their games. But after a while, they do get better as a team and they become huge underdogs. Tom Berlinger, I did like his acting as Jake. This is a very cool character. He had a relationship with Lynn, but then they broke up when he went to Mexico to play baseball. But when he sees her again, the sparks, they do rekindle. Speaking of Lynn, I thought that Renee Russo did such a good job playing her. I like this character as well because even though she's with someone else, she still does love him. Not only that, but there's other characters I thought were intriguing, such as Ricky, played by Charlie Sheen. He did a great job as well. This character, he's known for his fastball, hence why they call him Wild Thing. And then there's Roger. He is near retirement, so he doesn't give 100% in his games because, well, he thinks that he has a future in acting, but he comes around later on and helps the team. And then there's Willie, who is not only cool, but he also does a great job of stealing bases. One of the highlights considering just how good of a job that Wesley Snipes had played that character. And there's just a lot to enjoy here. These group of misfits, they don't like each other. Especially with a character such as Pedro who practiced voodoo. You know, no one really wants to be his friend, but after a while, they're all cool with each other. Even the late James Gammon playing Lou, he was a character that believed in the team. Even though they sucked, he never gave up on them. And that is key when it comes to being a coach in sports. Now, one character I just did not like whatsoever was Rachel. She was truly reprehensible. She wanted the team to tank. There is a alternative ending where she actually is portrayed as a good person, but I'm glad they scrapped it because, well, she's the villain. What else can I say? What I do find interesting, though, is that the late Bob Uecker, he actually plays a sports commentator where he was one in real life, which I thought was particularly interesting when I had found that out. A beloved baseball film that is still being talked about even more than 3 decades later. It's just quite a delight from beginning to end. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. This was so successful at the box office, it had spawned 2 sequels, which I heard are pretty bad, so I'm probably never going to check them out. I also believe what makes this compelling to watch is the chemistry between all the actors, because if it wasn't on point, then a lot of this would be mundane. I myself personally was never a fan of baseball growing up, but I've always enjoyed sports films, and the team dynamic here is done really well in my opinion. Anyway, if you somehow haven't seen this classic, then certainly check this out because I think it is well worth the effort. And that's my review of Major League. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.